Howdy, guys and gals. The days of E3 2014 are starting to blend together. I don't even know what day it is. What is it, Saturday? Sunday? I don't know anymore. I'm getting woozy. I'm gonna pass out. So this is gonna be my my day 3 recap video of everything I got to see at E3 2014. So I've once again got my trusty little notepad ready, so make sure I don't forget anything. And I'll be throwing in some gameplay sort of clips along the way. For this video, we're going to take a look at Evolve, Dragon Age Inquisition, Star Citizen, Assassin's Creed Unity, The Crew, and The Division. So let's go ahead and kick this thing off with Evolve. Evolve is an upcoming sci-fi themed cooperative first-person shooter being developed by Turtle Rock Studios. For multiplayer, 4 human players hunt an alien monster that is controlled by a 5th player. Both the hunters and the monster can use unique abilities. The monster player can kill other smaller creatures to evolve and become stronger by going into a cocoon stage, leaving it vulnerable for a short duration. The game will feature a variety of different maps. Victory is achieved for the hunters by killing the monster, while the monster can either kill the 4 hunters or complete secondary objectives, such as destroying the human base or power plant. The hunters are made up of 4 different classes: a trapper, a support, a medic, and an assault class, and there will be 3 different versions of each class. The game will also feature a single-player campaign of some sort. So Evolve will be coming out for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One on October 21st, 2014. Next, we'll move on to Dragon Age Inquisition. Inquisition is an upcoming action role-playing game being developed by BioWare and published by EA. Now, Dragon Age is a series that I love. I think the second game is a lot better than what people give it credit for. So the question is, what changes have they made for Inquisition? Well, here we go. Multiple playable races is returning, along with being able to choose either male or female. Players can play as a human, a dwarf, or an elf, or, for the first time, the Canary. Exploration is going to be a big part of Inquisition. In the world, you will find things that will help you progress through the game, such as items or people. As far as the combat, they have sort of the 2 combat systems running, both the tactical combat from Dragon Age 1 and the faster paced combat from Dragon Age 2. You are able to choose between the 2. The game also features a new subsystem targeting mode. I don't know if this is going to be available for all creatures, but in the demo they had, you were able to select different parts of, like, the dragon. Now, one big question that a lot of people have been asking is, how are we going to transfer our saves? Especially if you are playing on like a 360, now you're playing on an Xbox One. So what they are going to do is they're creating a web service where you can actually build a save point or select all of your decisions from the previous games and then import them into Inquisition. So there we go on that. That game does look and feel absolutely fantastic. So I hope the full vision is really good. So Dragon Age Inquisition is coming out for pretty much everything. PC, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One on October 7th, 2014. And I'll just say here real quick, October is going to be an insane month for video games. I kid you not, probably 75% of the games that I've seen at E3 so far are all coming out in October. Like Dragon Age Inquisition and not Battle for Middle Earth, Shadows of Mordor are both coming on October 7th. It's like, what are they trying to do? Kill us? Come on, it's crazy. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Star Citizen, which is a highly anticipated crowd-funded game. So, Star Citizen is an upcoming space trading and combat simulator being developed by Chris Roberts' Cloud Imperium Games. The game will consist of two main components. One, a first-person space combat and trading in a massive multiplayer persistent universe. And two, a customizable private server and a branching single-player drop-in cooperative multiplayer campaign known as Squadron 42. Did you guys get all that? Good. Both Star Citizen and Squadron 42 are set in a 30th century Milky Way centered around a fictional UEE United Empire of Earth. The game will feature deep customization of your ship, including an insurance system. So, don't die. There is also a mode called Arena Commander. This is a simulator of the open world where you can test your ship without the risk of losing it. So, Star Citizen will be a PC-only game and will be released sometime in 2015. Next up, we have Assassin's Creed Unity. AC Unity is an upcoming action-adventure open-world game being developed by Ubisoft Montreal. This is the 7th major installment in the series. This game will be set in Paris on the eve of the French Revolution, and will follow Arnaud and his fellow assassins. Now, for those of you who have played the other Assassin's Creed games, and like me, are getting a bit burned out on the series, the question is, what are they offering that is new to try and bring us back in? Well, first of all, there will be an all-new present-day story with the Animus. They have reworked the weapon stats system to help with customization. There is an all-new stealth and full duck and cover system. They have updated the overall movement system so it will look somewhat different than previous games, and there are all new submission types. And then next up, they have the co-op mode. It is 1 to 4 players. There is a mission type called Brotherhood missions that will allow you and your friends to basically hood up or suit up and try and work together. If you have not played an Assassin's Creed before, this is going to be basically a great time for you to jump into the series and to actually experience the game for the first time. Now, if you were to ask my opinion, well, I want to go back and play some of the other ones, where should I start? I would say start with Assassin's Creed 2. Do 2, and then do Brotherhood, and then you could almost skip to this one. You could maybe then jump into Black Flag, because Black Flag was good as well, because it was very different, because you're the old pirate captain and all that. But yeah, so Assassin's Creed Unity will be out for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One October 28th. Another October. And you might have noticed that I did not say PS3 and Xbox 360, so this is the next-gen only one. They're saying that there is going to be a previous-gen Assassin's Creed, but they've said nothing about it, which is kind of weird. So I'm not sure what they're doing with that. Next up, we have got The Crew. The Crew is an upcoming racing RPG that is being developed by Ivory Tower and Ubisoft. The Crew is an open-world game, or should I say open United States game, as the game takes place in the U.S. Like, literally, the entire United States is open from coast to coast. You are able to actually drive across country. They actually took a super fast car, like the fastest car in the game, and went from like New York to LA, and it took them like an hour. They then did another test where they took a completely like off-road vehicle and drove completely off-road, and it took them 2.5 hours to go from coast to coast. So that's a pretty good-sized game. And then sort of in addition to that, each city, like each major city in the game, is going to be the size of like the last GTA. Each city. So that's pretty crazy. This is a team-based driving game. You and your team will need to take down enemy factions town by town. The game is online all the time like an MMO. The game features road and off-road driving and has full car customization. There's also a tablet app that will let you customize cars and then put them into the game. There are 5 factions to choose from as part of the customization. There is on-road, off-road, and circuit-type racing and or missions. There are also different car classes like street, dirt, and raid, and apparently raid they're calling pure off-road. And you are able to mix and match, making like a street car into a raid car or a dirt car into a street car, and so forth and so on. And so the Crew will be coming out for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC November 11th, 2014. Yay, not an October one. And the last game for the day is The Division. Tom Clancy's The Division is an upcoming tactical shooter action role-playing game with an open world being developed by Ubisoft Montreal. Each player has their own world. Your choices affect what happens in the game. The Division is inspired by Operation Dark Winter and Directive 51 real-world events, which revealed how vulnerable we've become as a society. In the game, a disease spreads on Black Friday, causing the United States to collapse in 5 days. The player, as part of an unconfirmed group that was established to combat the threat and to do whatever is necessary to save what remains. The game is set in the New York area and does have some MMO-style elements. You are able to create your character at the start of the game. There are some RPG elements in the game as well. As you level, you will get skill points that you can then put into different classes, but you do not pick a class at the start of the game. It's actually something that you pick like later on, which is interesting. And the game will feature a dynamic event system, meaning that the areas of like the town, New York, whatever, will not play the same each time you like go to the area. The 4-person group play and tablet support with a drone are all supported in the so-called single-player experience. And I've got to say that this has been one of the best-looking at games at E3 the last 2 years. What they're doing with visuals and dynamic in The Division is truly fantastic. But yep, ladies and gentlemen, that will go ahead and do it for day 3. We've got one more day to go, and then I'll probably be doing some extra videos as well, like maybe a top 5, top 10, something along those lines. So yep, that'll go ahead and do it. So everybody keep playing and have fun.